Vista Hub. We've done obstacle course racing, which is a race called Tough Mudder. And this December we also have the Sean Roden Classic, which is a bodybuilding competition. It's the biggest bodybuilding competition in the country. It's named after Sean Roden, who's Mr. Olympia 2018. So if you're familiar with Mr. Olympia, that's the bodybuilding competition that Arnold Schwarzenegger won before he was discovered in Hollywood. So what we have here coming this November 28th is Miss Bikini Philippines. If you're familiar with, formerly it was owned by Slimmers World since 2008. We've acquired it from Slimmers World, and we aim to continue the legacy. The trademark of Miss Bikini Philippines is that it's like the launching pad. It's where great, beautiful, and fit and healthy candidates are discovered and go on to bigger and better things, bigger pageants. We're not the biggest pageant, but we go on. I mean, if you know Janicel, Tim Alsuad, sino pa ba? We have CJ Opiasa, we have Hazel Ortiz, lots of familiar names. And it's not yet clear now, but the winner will be competing in an international pageant. Tito Rogil is the one running it for us, Tito Rog of KF. And he's talking with some parties with regards to competing abroad because Pro Media sister companies are connected to health, fitness. We have a health food brand called Athlete's Bite. We have a beauty brand called Ultra Beauty. There's it has ultra wide, ultra young, ultra slim. We're also very much the directors of Pro Media are very into fitness and nutrition and working out. So some of you have known me for many years, noticed that I've lost 30 pounds and gained some muscle because I work out every day now. Health is wealth, diba? And so that's something we want to advocate with Miss Bikini Philippines. We will continue the legacy, but we will take it to the next level. This is we had a little bit of a short notice here, November 28th na, but we didn't want to go another year without a Miss Bikini Philippines. Last year, they took a break. Slimmers World at the time decided they didn't want to continue it anymore, and so that's when we came in and talked to them and negotiated for the acquisition. But we didn't want to skip a second year because, you know, the brand is very valuable. And so even if it's going to be a smaller pageant compared to what they had in the previous years, I think in the past it's always been Newport Performing Arts, but this year it'll be an AFP theater. It's just that so long as we're able to run a good pageant, and Tito Rog will ensure quality, so long as we have a good cash price, for everyone's information, it's 300,000 cash, not cash in prices, in cash, 300,000 cash plus prizes. And then the second prize is 200,000 cash in prizes, and the third prize is 100,000 cash in prizes. But the big story here is 300,000 in cash, which I think even the bigger pageants, you know, that's an amount that's comparable, right? Now, the question is, why is Miss Phuong Khanh here? If you follow her story, which you have, she's made history, right? As someone from Vietnam winning an international pageant. Beautiful, smart, very Filipino at heart. She considers this her second home. I think some would argue that she has more Filipino fans than Vietnamese fans because Filipinos love her so much. She goes to the mall, you know, by herself, wearing glasses. And then Filipinos recognize her because they follow. One thing that you might not know is that she's very into fitness and health and really working on her you know, getting toned. She has several Instagram photos with a six-pack, you see.
Oh.
She lifts heavier than me with her squats. Squats is when you bend down. It's for your glutes, your backside. She I think deadlifts heavier than me, so deadlifts is with your lower back. She lifts heavier than me. You'll be surprised. She also has a 22-inch waist, which is very small. So and yet, fresh face, beautiful, but also strong. Strong is the new sexy, diba? That's what we advocate. Strong woman is a sexy woman. Miss Bikini is not just a pageant, but it's a bikini pageant, meaning no one piece, no semi two piece. This is really a two piece because we're there to promote, a healthy, fit figure. Because, as we said, health is wealth. So I think our hashtag is beauty, brains, and bikini. Beauty, brains, and bikini. We have someone who has the beauty. We also have someone with brains, but also someone who has that. And bikini is a symbol for fitness and a good figure, which is reflective of good health. You can be slim, but doesn't mean you're fit. Fit means there's tone. Fit means there's strength. There are several who are slim because they're just slim, pero medyo soft, skinny fat is what you call it. We advocate someone who's toned, who really works on being strong. Okay, and she's here because for us she's the perfect spokesperson for a pageant who advocates being fit also. Fitness and beauty at the same time. She also represents good Filipino traits. One thing I followed her because we are sponsored Miss Earth. Me through Rufus, and then now with my other business called King Fu Express. It's a California style Chinese food. I'm still very involved with Miss Earth. We are friends with Lorraine and Peachy. And when I was observing her, even from far away with no one looking, you see that there's a genuine, authentic heart for everybody. In fact, in one of the shoots, I saw that there was an assistant with us, representative of Miss Earth during that shoot. And she had a hairband. Instead of giving the hairband, if there's a shoot, she even went there, smiled, and put it on the smile. And no one was watching. That was far away. This is a special person. She's a very Filipino. But we're Filipinos, that's how we are, very warm. So I think she's the best person to talk about what we're looking for here because she represents the beautiful, fit, intelligent, warm, Filipino at heart kind of candidate. And she's also here because there's a lot of interest in her. A lot of companies are interested in maybe working with her. We have clothing brands, we have restaurants, we have some beauty brands that have been approaching us wanting to talk to her. And because the Philippines loves her, and I think she loves the Philippines also, it's not far-fetched that she might make this a second home or maybe shuttle back from Vietnam to the Philippines, We're actually looking into finding her a place to stay here so she can spend more time with us, promote Miss Bikini and some of our other events. So with that, I turn it over to everybody if they have any questions.
One question.
Yes.
What was the reason why Slimmers World gave up Miss Bikini Philippines?
Miss Bikini Philippines, if you really, if you know Slimmers World, their main business is really their chain of gyms and skincare and health services. And Miss Bikini was a platform for them to promote their because they have different machines. We're good friends with also the owners and the marketing department of Miss Bikini because Rufus was also a supporter. We would provide their food for many years. The reason why is because number one, it was a marketing expense. They weren't running the pageant really for profit because a lot of pageants are really running it as the business itself. Miss Bikini, Slimmers World was using it as a marketing tool, meaning it was more of an expense. It wasn't done. That's why I think among all pageants they house the girls in hotels for a much longer period of time, and they really invested in giving the girls giving girls treatment, skin treatment, slimming treatments. They would go around the different gyms. It was a very big marketing expense, considering they also had great bodies, which fulfilled that need to promote their brand. So I think just a business, more of a business decision. And when we were talking to them, it was, it was just like giving up a baby, diba? A daughter, like me. I recently sold Rufus. It's a company I built for 15 years. But there's a time that you have to set your daughter free, diba? To someone who can take care, like debut or marriage. When my 3-year-old daughter grows up, I have to give her, to her future husband, because someone who can take care of her then. I think that was the same with Slimmers. That was the same with me and Rufus, because I think the Villar Group can take care of the brand more than I could. They have the muscle, financial muscle, and just the reach of all their buildings and malls and communities. Similarly, I think well, Slimmers was also very familiar with our event, Sean Roden Classic. I think the head of marketing competed in bodybuilding in one of our events, so they knew that we do our events out of passion also. Our bodybuilding event has been ongoing it's the longest running. Sean Roden Classic has been running for I think 6 or 7 years, and it's the biggest, it's the most credible. So they saw that they were turning it over to someone who can take care of the brand. Admittedly, the pageant is not as big this year as how they ran it, only because we didn't have the luxury of time. But expect next year, and actually with Can's help, expect next year to be a bigger event. Especially since we're looking at probably a bigger AFP theaters is okay, but we're looking at a much bigger venue next year. Maybe
How many
bigger cash
candidates
prizes.
and what are the schedule of the pageants? When is the coronation?
I think the coronation is November 28. I think we're looking at 24 to 26 candidates. Do you remember? A lot of the details, Tito Rog is running, and medyo moving siya. There was a screening, and then there's another screening. We are friends with a lot of the Vista locations. So the locations will be in Lakefront, Lakefront, Palazzo Verde, which is owned by the group. They'll be billeted in Mela Hotel, which is also owned by the group. There's a reason why we're here in Vista, because we're friends with the group also.
Okay, with the new organization, how will the new Miss Bikini Philippines set apart from the previous Bikini Philippines pageant that we have?
I think it will be, there's more of a focus on fitness. I think in the previous they had this, each candidate had to have this parang I forgot what they called it, but
Yung poses nila.
yeah, the
Poses.
creative poses.
Creative poses,
We won't be
yes.
doing that. I think
Okay.
there's some feedback that it's not as interesting. We will be having a workout shoot for the girls. It's more of really the reason why Pro Media is a sports fitness and entertainment company is because number one, the trend really in, for example, malls is less shopping and more experience, and events is really a way to expand the experience and to give people new experiences. People shop online. People don't go to malls online. People pay more for experiences now versus a bag or like clothes. It's more of making memories. So that's one of the reasons why I and my group, I have partners in Pro Media, got into the events business to create memories. Number two, if you look at the trend of fitness and health, more gyms are opening. Anytime Fitness, for example, which is a friend of ours also in UFC gym, also a friend of ours, owns gym. More and more people are working out. More and more people are concerned about being healthy and looking good. It's a social media age, and people like to show their abs. People like to show, that they have a nice backside, take selfies. And if you look, it's really a growing industry, the beauty and health industry. So I think the direction is more there. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves on how far further we will take it next year. We're keeping it simple now, just to make sure that there's an event this year. But yeah, so it's gonna be a whirlwind next 3 weeks. But the difference for now is we'll keep it simple and we'll make sure that we take care of the candidates, because I think my involvement with pageants sometimes is when there are too many candidates, you're not able to really get to know them well enough, and they're also not able to I guess absorb and enjoy their experience. So the reason why we're working with Erica here and Con and Kiara, they're working with Pro Media now, is because they've been through it and they know what a candidate needs. It's not easy, right? Waking up early, going here, going there. After you get hungry, you have no sleep. So I think health is wealth. Also, we want to make sure that they're sleeping well, they're happy. Emotional health is important, diba? It becomes really stressful. So one of the things we want to make sure is the candidates are taken care of in this pageant. That's one of the pageants we support and we co-produce is Miss Cuba Philippines. And as small as a pageant as it is, the difference with them is they really take care of their candidates. They call it's a very closely knit organization, and their candidates become friends for life with the organizers. So we want the same. Right?
So Miss Phuong Khanh will be serving as the face of the new Miss Bikini Philippines, or she will be serving also as part of your organization?
Well, right now she's representing and helping us promote. I wouldn't yet go as far as saying she'll be the face of Miss Bikini yet. It's a lot of talks that we will be going through. But being part of Pro Media, we also want to talk about that because I think she's going to be spending a lot of time here. She loves the Philippines. She went to Crosswinds Tagaytay recently. She enjoyed it there. If you look at her posts, beautiful. There are beautiful photos there. She wants to go to Boracay. She hasn't been, and we might be going. The organization might be taking her. In other places, there's a lot that she hasn't been to. Sometimes she just goes on her own. There have been times she just walks along Shaw Boulevard. I heard she walks. She takes a grab to BGC. You know, she likes it here. She loves it here. So, I mean, anything is possible, and you know, with her personality, it's so easy to talk to her. But of course, it always has to be a win-win. She's also here because she wants to look at opportunities here. There are a lot of things in the works for her. Okay, I'm boring. Talk to her. I'm not as nice to look at.
So welcome back, Phuong Khanh. So how are you?
I'm very good. I'm very glad that I'm here in the Philippines again.
Yeah. So why, as what he said earlier, you kept coming back here in the Philippines, just not just because you're our former Miss Earth, but why? What is it with the Philippines that you kept coming back to?
I think there's
Someone here?
Is there someone?
I'm looking for the opportunity for me to work here because I feel that there's a connection between me with the Philippines because this play is a play that I will crown and I also just turn over the crown for the new successor. And I love the people here. They look at me as a friend, as a family, and I think that is a good place for me to give it a try for the career.
So what specific path of your career are you looking into in coming back here?
I want to look more into like maybe commercial or help to promoting for some brand or being a judge as for Miss Bikini Philippines.
Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that she's gonna be our judge. Yeah, she's gonna be our VIP judge, one of our guest judges. One thing I also didn't mention earlier is that she's very smart,
Yes,
very
she is.
business-minded, very ambitious, very analytical. And so I think it's not just endorsing, but I think it's business partnerships, something that we're looking at also. Her having a stake in one of the things that I've done after selling my business, I'm setting up different startups, and I'm looking. I mean, our group, we have a beauty products company, and we can talk about that.
Yes.
But she has a good head on her shoulders, and she's really looking for the future. At 24,
Yes.
she's really looking towards the future, and she thinks many steps ahead. So it's it's very nice to see that, you know, it's really just not beauty, bikini, and there's also praise there.
So we have our first Miss International and first Miss Universe all fell in love with a Filipino. Do you have a Filipino in your future? Will you be falling in love with a Filipino, or you have already fallen in love with someone?
I don't know. That would be life is very unexpected, and just see what's coming.
So now you're single.
Are you dating anyone?
No, don't ask.
Too private.
Yes,
Too
I'm
private.
very private in terms of my personal life.
Yeah.
So how you will be one of the judges? You're the VIP judge of Miss Bikini Philippines. So what are you going to look for in a Miss Bikini Philippines winner?
As a value of the pageant is about beauty, brand, but also for the health and fitness. And I think that's that today women need to have, because they need to love themselves, need to have a healthy lifestyle, and I want to see that value in the girl, because they join to the pageant. They must have that value, the quality, and the ability to carry the crown and the message from the pageant to other people, to influence. So I want to see that in the girl, and I believe that the winner, that we will have the ability to carry it.
So what can you say to those who do not think that women wearing bikinis on stage is something that we should look forward to, especially if they think that it degrades women? So what can you tell them?
I believe that people have choice, and they have different perspective, different opinion, and I'm respecting their opinion as well. But for me, as a woman, and they confident to show themselves, to perform themselves in the bikini, because they're training themselves to be beautiful, and they work hard for that. And if that's what they want, so we should respect that.
So how can we invite people, especially those who are still going to apply, ladies and women watching us now, how can you invite them, or how can we attract them to join Miss Bikini Philippines 2019?
If I can say the message to all the women, to all the girls, that they want to join to Miss Bikini, but they didn't have the courage. So please just join, because when you come here, it's not like how confident you are to compete. It's like what you want and what you're willing to do to yourself. And for Miss Bikini Philippines, we not only like as a pageant, we try to make the girl to feeling more confident, to training themselves, especially changing the lifestyle, because we are young women, sometimes we have not really good lifestyle. And here you will be surrounding with the people in this environment. You know how to take care of yourself. We're giving you the tool to make yourself better.
Okay, thank you.
To add on to your question about that being in a bikini, you know, some might feel that it degrades women. Coming from the bodybuilding industry, we have several bodybuilding competitions. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know the exact quote, but he talks about working on your body as if you're an artist. Like, you need more shoulders, but then it's harder because artists can paint. But bodybuilding, you have to lift. Or, for example, you feel that maybe you need more curves. There's a way, and it's a lot of work. So it's really a work in progress. And I've learned this because I only started being serious. We've been running the bodybuilding competition for 6 years, but I only started working out seriously last year. And even prior to that, I was a little shy to take off my shirt.
Yeah.
But then when you start working out and you see progress, like then, okay, my tummy's getting smaller. It's not embarrassing. It's more of like how am I gonna work on this to improve? And so it's like an art. It's like an artist. It's like an artwork, but it's also like a project. Like you're an architect, you're an engineer, but then you're working on your body, and it's good for you, right? So there's no shame. It's actually self-improvement, and no one should ever be ashamed of improving on themselves. Not just physically, but in all aspects. But as I say, you can look at it this way: like your body is your temple, and your body is also the first thing that people see, and your body is also the first thing that makes you confident, right? Your body is also reflective of how healthy you are, and when you're healthy, you make good decisions. Your mind is clear. When you're exercising, it's very empowering. So, showing off what you've worked hard on is empowering. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay.
We know that there's ongoing screening for Miss
Yes.
Bikini Philippines. So may we know how is the response? As far as the number of
So far, we've had several come. We had a screening 2 days ago, and we have another screening this Saturday.
until the 16th, right?
16th, what? 16th, right? Yeah, 16th. I was there. I was one of the members. I was one of the judges screening. We're seeing very, very good candidates. We're looking forward to seeing more. I think with your help, I think we need to get a lot
Invite more
of the
people,
write-ups
invite
out
more
there
ladies to join.
invite, because the thing is, and I've judged. I'm also every year I'm also a judge for Miss Earth's bikini competition, swimsuit competition, or form and figure.
Form and figure.
Apparently, they know that I have an eye for what looks good in a swimsuit, and what I'm seeing is that our standards here in terms of fitness is higher than some of the other pageants, because it's a bikini contest, it's a bikini competition, it's a bikini pageant, and so we're very stringent on how you look in a bikini.
So just bikini. Can we expect Q&A here?
Yes, Q&A. It's still the standard pageant.
Yeah.
It's just there's more of a strictness when it comes to how your figure will look, because the organizers are very into bodybuilding, so we know we can tell if a person works out, or we can tell if a person has a bad diet, and maybe there's time. I mean, if they pass the screening, they have a little bit of there's still time to work on their fitness.
Erica, you're a previous pageant contestant for Mr. and Miss Chinatown and Miss Philippines Earth. What do you contribute to the Miss Bikini Philippines organization?
What I can contribute here in Miss Bikini Philippines is like we have fair here. We are all fair here, and we want to encourage all the girls to be more confident with their face or with their body figure.
So based on your experience, what advice can you give those who are planning to apply in Miss Bikini Philippines?
Oh, my advice here is to just come here and screen for Miss Bikini Philippines, and don't worry about the just be confident.
Miss Phuong Khanh, can you share us your secrets on how having that bababo bikini body?
22-inch waist.
Yes.
22 inches.
22.
Before,
Yeah, during the swimsuit to Miss Earth, yeah, I remember.
before I was really fat when I was young, and then one day I just realized that I need to treat myself better. I need to love myself. So I started to go for diet, do cardio, running every day, and then after that I'm thinking about I see women who have small waist look really sexy. Then I do the research, and they said the corset will help if you train yourself, and then your muscle grow, right? And if you do the corset, it will grow at the shape that you want. Then I wear the corset since I was 16, 15, around that time, and I know I use their SSI one for SSI, and also for sleeping, and also for going out with corsets all the time. And when you take out, you will have that shape for your body.
Any plans on the winners? Except for going to international, are you planning for them to be a big star in the Philippines?
It depends. I guess it depends on the caliber. We have a lot of sponsors. We have a lot of sister companies that are working with Pro Media. Without going into the details of who, my partners are, but we all have different brands also, which the reason why for our involvement here is we're also looking for those who could be endorsers for our different brands. But yeah, aside from international, yes, we have friends in the showbiz world also. We've actually our company actually Pro Media. If you're familiar with Nadine Lustres H&M shoot, we were the ones who trained her to be in that kind of bikini one. Laina, some of you met Laina Mondoñedo. She's our also an executive. She's not here. She's in the States now, but she also trained. She personally trained Nadine Lustres for that H&M shoot.
The one that became viral.
Yes, that's us. That's our company trading. So, we're looking for that. Again, fitness is very important for us, and so if we can find, if you're familiar with Noelle Fuentes,
Yes.
with Tuazuan,
Yes.
She's Miss Scuba Philippines, Miss Earth candidate. She had the best echo video. We are training her to compete for as a bikini athlete in bodybuilding now. Bodybuilding, she's flying to Tokyo to compete. She won last time. Well, she competed in. No, she played in Show of Strength recently. It's a bodybuilding competition also. She placed third. First competition, she placed third. She's going to Tokyo now to compete also against different nationalities. So she's one. That's someone that we were actually sponsoring her training, her nutrition, her ticket, everything related to her wanting to compete abroad. So things like that. So we're looking for someone who we can train and sponsor in that way, or give opportunity to be an endorser of some of our brands, or maybe work or partner. Depends. Like for example, if we find someone who's inclined to be in the food business, then maybe we can partner, joint venture with someone. With Can, we're actually talking because I think we're interested in doing business with her as a partner, not just as someone who endorses our brands.
Well, how about the previous winner of Miss Bikini Philippines? Are she going to be involved as well in promoting?
We are through Tito Roger. We are asking them to join some of the activities and maybe judge some of the pre-pageant and pageant activities. So that's Tim, CJ. I don't know Janice personally.
She's in the States.
She's in the States. But yeah, there are several names that Tito Roger mentioned that he wants to be a part of our pageant.
Can you
So
tell us
what's
about
what's the main advocacy again of Miss Bikini?
It's beauty, health, fitness.
Health and fitness.
Our hashtag is ano yan?
Beauty, brains, bikini.
Bikini representing health and fitness, not just like the outfit, but diba? When you have it's confident, it's health, it's being in shape, and it's being emotionally, physically, mentally healthy also. It's a symbol. Bikini is a symbol. It's not just physical.
During the pageant, the usual long gun competition, the national costume.
We will have. Actually, I have to check on that now. Since the Rush knows the details, we can send it to you. But we do have one pre-pageant day, which will have. Yeah, it's a moving target there, Tito Rush. But of course, you all be there, diba? Inviting you. But I think Erica can send the final details of what the activities are. Just have to
Talent
confirm with Tito
competition,
Rush.
everything.
Yeah. Talent, I'm not sure. You have to check. Medyo short time kasi, so maybe next year. For some activities that we don't have this year, maybe next year will be enough.
What about costumes, regional costumes? Will you be having that as well?
I'm not sure.
This is a previous Miss Bikini Philippines meron sila.
Marami. I think it's more of really we don't have the luxury of time. We just need to run it. Plus, diba, it's November 28th, but December na, people are busy. So, it was a kind of quick decision, and we just realized we want to do it this year, no matter what it takes. So, if there's anything missing this year, for sure we'll have it next year.
Final message na lang siguro to ask for candidates to
Yes.
come to the
The
last
qualifications, the requirements,
Invite them.
requirements and qualifications.
Yeah,
invite.
lahat na.
last screening Saturday.
Yeah. Requirements, Erica.
Well, invite them,
Yeah.
and then I think Erica, do you have the
Yeah.
I have listed,
Yeah.
have it listed
You can
down.
She can
Yeah.
talk about the requirements.
You talk about the details.
qualification, Erica, requirements. Sabihin mo na lang. Kasi nakalike. Marami tayong nakalike.
Please go to Miss Bikini Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, wala pa masyadong info except the
For
requirements.
more details.
Is it the same Facebook page?
Yeah,
Yes, it
we
is.
just removed Slimmer's World net, but it's the same. So you'll see as you scroll down the old photos
Yes.
from 2017.
I checked it a while ago. Yes.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
photos.
Kasi it's important for us to continue the legacy. So this is full of history. Diba? That's why you're right. We're going to be inviting them so everyone knows. Kasi parang when a pageant ends forever. Like it doesn't feel good for someone who's won it. Like there's no more, right? Like I was there. Then people say, "What is that pageant? It's died." So it's also giving honor to those who in the past won. And so we wanna go back and bring that to the forefront. That this is the same pageant that's produced this. That's they advocated the same things. The Miss World advocated the same thing. We're just taking it to the next level in fitness, not just health. So please invite, and then Erica, you'll give the details.
I'm inviting everyone to go to the screening on November 16 at Vista Shop.
Actually, she should invite, and then you give the details.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I would love to invite all the girls. Just be more confident and apply to the Miss Bikini Philippines 2019 because this is a chance for you to improve yourself and be more confident. And you will feel how you transform yourself after the pageant as well. So Erica will.
Details.
Date, time, venue.
Details will be by Erica.
Yeah. Well, then the next screening, same
The
venue.
next training will be on November 16 at Vista Shop Boulevard, Mandaluyong Function Room. And there should be 17 to 25 years old, single, never been married, know how to speak Filipino language, and possess beauty and proportionate body.
Hindi pa ako pwede siya.
So what about for single mothers? Are they allowed to join or?
I think they're not.
They're not. She did not mention it. So as long as they never been married, they never had a child.
So like previous screening before na, nakailang screening na kayo?
Ang ilan na yung isa?
We've had one screening, but I know Tito Rog is screening on his own. So at KF, I think. And then we've had one in Vista Show. We have a second one in Vista Show. And then I know he's also screening on his own for Visayas and Mindanao. We'll be bringing Visayas and Mindanao. We're going to be housing them in.
Nationwide.
Yeah, it's a nationwide pageant. So we have to. I think we're shouldering their tickets and housing them in in a condo in several condo units. So at least represented.
How many candidates yung target mo po?
24, 26, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, around that.
Kasi mga activities wala pa. Update na lang kami sa
I think meron na, but let's just give them an updated list na lang and dates because I think I saw it in email. Yeah. The press con is final na. Yeah, we can invite you. The press con is when?
I'm inviting everyone to come and join us on our press conference with the candidates on November 19th.
19.
Yes.
At?
Minus ah.
Which one? Palazzo Verde?
Lakefront.
Lakefront. That's not
Lakefront.
Laguna. Lakefront is may sukat.
So November 19 yung presentation.
Press presentation.
Mga one time kaya.
So there's going to be a shuttle.
Sige, update na lang.
Erica will inform us, don't worry.
And I'm not mistaken, I think we're providing transportation. Let me check Sabi ni Tito Rog Sabi ni Tito Rog.
Sa Korea pa kasi ang survey.
Ay, wala ka na.
Can we take your stand up and we take your photos? Here na lang siguro.
Dito na lang.